Check, check. Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Chris?
Yes, we are back. It looks like I might have had a little bit of an OBS issue. Not really sure what just happened there. It just froze. And then I looked down
I
and
mean,
noticed that
OBS,
we weren't streaming
OBS
anymore.
has known to crash in the past. I mean, it's can't help it. You know, we were talking about those malfunctions all night, Chris. Seems like we've had one of our own.
Yeah, it seems like it jumped up and bit us too. But as we were away, it looks like that 3 of Lucas Nilge's making a move here on the inside of that 24 of Kyler McCarthy. Kyler McCarthy loose up on that inside lane. Look at this, Josh. Jimmy Barr up 16 positions now in that 6th spot.
The 12 Coors Light Ford Mustang, man, looking good. As he is going to move his way up, like you said, Chris, from that 22nd spot all the way into 6th, man. The 12 of Jimmy Barr. Good run here tonight. Is Kyler McCarthy. We were just bragging about him so much on that pit stop. Seems like he's not finding this pace here early, Chris, for that 24 machine.
Maybe
maybe his line is committed to a late run. I mean, he's just running his line. It might come back here alive a little bit later, but right now, so far, does seem like Kyler McCarthy here in the early run having a little bit of a struggle, but maybe could be coming back too. Just got to recover, get back into it. We know how it is. Once you make one hiccup, you get passed by one car, and then you think, all right, I'm going to recover. Then you get passed by 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're like, all right, I'm good now. Got to settle back in, got to focus. But it's given Charles Gurrick the opportunity again, Chris, to try to rework his way back up into the lead. But we know that 76 did run out of right side tires there about 30 laps into the first run of the race. We'll have to see if Charles has learned anything and if he can keep the right sides on that car for this run. As if it goes the way we did in the first run, we're not going to see a caution toll right at the end of the cycle. Pretty much like a stage break.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way we could pretty much say that that last caution was pretty much a stage break. As everybody gets to come down pit lane, get some fresh tires, you know, and reassess their line. You know, make a couple adjustments on that car. Maybe, you know, bring up rear end. Maybe take some tire or air pressure out of the tires. You know, it just depends on those little adjustments that you make, and it can really change a whole lot in the car.
For some of those drivers with the blue on their name at the bottom of the live timing, Chris, they might have adjusted how much more alcohol they've put into their cup. You know, it's just things like that in the iRacing world that we love. But seems like it's been a good night out there, Chris. Tonight we've got a lot of good drivers here making their way through the field. I mean, Jimmy Barr, Nick Cannon, Ken Baum Jr.'s got to rework his way back up through, and then we'll see Steven Oberstadt. You know, and drivers like Joshua Gaiman, who started in 27th, now in 14th. And we can't forget Justin Gibbs, the 39 machine, excuse me, who started 26th here tonight. And as I was saying that, I think he blinked out for a second. No, it's Joshua Gaiman that's blinking out. He is up, though, into that 16th position from that 26th starting position. So a good job from that Turtle Show Motorsports 39 of Justin Gibbs. And a good-looking race car there tonight, Chris. I like that livery.
Yeah, we're seeing you're seeing that 33 of Joshua Gaiman blink up there. It does happen every now and then. Should clear out. I did see it happening in practice, so maybe just having a little bit of hiccups. I know it can happen every now and then, but it doesn't look like the 33 is blinking right now. But we're going to go back up here on board. It looks like that top 3 is starting to kind of spread, pull away from that pack back there. Kevin Click is in that 4th spot. He got around Lucas Nilge's, but whoa, it looks like Kevin Click might have got a little loose. Maybe got a little arrow loose.
Big stack up here. Big stack up.
Yeah,
it does seem like Lucas Nilge's going to go onto that outside lane. And that 24, Kyler McCarthy, going to make his way back to the inside, back into the top 5. And then Jimmy Barr, whoa, Kyler McCarthy now tightening up on the inside lane, having to step out of the throttle. Once again, we've got a little bit of a excuse me, I don't know what I'm trying to say. We got a little bit of a stack up there coming off of turn 2.
Yeah, I was going to say, the 24 was making him, whoa, the 3 getting loose up there. It's going to maybe slow him down a little bit. The 24 going to catch back up to him. But, yeah, you were saying it's just everybody's trying to run a line here. And we saw Lucas Nilge's get a little loose. Maybe got a little arrow loose. You can get under that bumper and get somebody loose. So, whoa, as I'm watching up here in the lead. But, well, right now, Lucas Nilge's looks like he might be making a move on that 24. Not going to go ahead and tuck back in behind him. But I see Charles Gurrick getting up here. Looks like he about to make a move on that 11 of Caitlin Height there last lap, or last corner, but looks like maybe had to get out of the gas. But the 11 of Caitlin Height still all over the back bumper of that 81. Oh, 3 wide back here. Woo. That was dicey for a second. But we do want to welcome everyone back. Do apologize about that. Don't know what really happened. You know, like Josh said, we were talking about having technical difficulties, and we had our own. But had OBS crash on us, but we are back. That's the only thing that really stinks about having computers. Sometimes they like to take a dump on you.
I mean, it is all a part of it, Chris. I mean, we're streaming to literally anywhere in the world that has access to this part of YouTube. So you got to think about that. Then on top of that, we're running computers that you don't know what the longevity on computers are. You never know. We take care of them, clearly. We don't abuse them. But you never know with computers, man. It's all electronics. I mean, you see, we work on electronic, EV, all these kind of things all day in vehicles. You see, 5 miles, dang thing's got 72 codes. So just expect what it could be like everywhere. I mean, electronics are electronics, man. Things happen. But it's good to be back here already. Like you said, I already forgot that it happened. You said, oh, but we do welcome you guys back. And I'm like, what is it? Oh, yeah, we crashed. It all happened so fast that, yeah, I do apologize, though, again, one more time. And I know David Smills said in the Discord, dang it, y'all are my entertainment. So hopefully you're back, David. Hopefully we got you set back up.
Re-entertained.
Yeah, re-entertained. I don't know how it's entertaining listening to my voice all night, but hey.
Kalen Height, big
Good
run.
race. I was about to say, good run going on here and some good racing. So you can look past me. You can have some good entertainment.
Say, Kalen Height really had a good run out of turn 2. Was all over the back bumper of that 81.
And Chris, this Charles Gurek not, maybe pushing the issue so much, trying to get up there and lead. This could be helping the 76's tires and possibly, depending on how he is running, if he's just kind of trying to follow this line in front of him, kind of chase the rabbit, it could work for the 76. He could possibly keep those right sides on a little bit longer. I think if he just, like you said, chase the rabbit, just kind of hang out back here, do his thing, he could see some success here. And, following the leaders, Chris, you learn when you're following a faster car in front of you. You find what they're doing. Not saying that the 76 isn't fast. Clearly qualified P4 tonight here. He's been running in the top pretty much all race. Charles Gurek is a very talented driver, but you know what I'm saying, Chris. Just sometimes, even if it's a track you've drove 100 times, you can find that small little detail just following someone in front of you.
Yeah, I mean, and that's, you got to also think, you're following behind them. You notice, okay, they were up there running in the front, so you try to mimic what's going on in front of you. I mean, that's what I do. I used to race a lot of league races, and I would, a lot of this races, I go back and I watch replays, and I'm like, oh, I wonder how they took that corner. I wonder how, Susie, is entering into turn 2, or how Caitlin's entering into turn 3. It's one of those things that, like, you kind of got to go back and watch them just to see how it goes on, and then on top of that, you're learning stuff. So, whoa, I was going to say, it looks like Nick Cannon was going to make a move on Zuber, but went ahead and tucked it back in. But it's something, you got to think, you just watch a lot of film, you can learn a lot from it. And that's also, if you're riding behind a car, a driver that's faster than you, and you're like, man, I just can't figure out what's going on. If you can stay close to him, you can figure out what's going on. I mean, you might not be able to figure out exactly what's going on, but you can get enough to where you can see, 1/10, 2/10 shaved off your time. That's enough. Whoa, as I say that, Nick Cannon, really loose, still loose.
Whoa, really loose. Wicked loose down the back stretch. Not sure what happened with the Prestige Worldwide 7 there, but he was on a ride there for a moment. Does seem like Bill Hells did leave Chris as well at lap 59. Oh, wait, we did notice that. We remember. I forgot. We did remember. We did see that. Yeah. Sorry. Do apologize.
Yeah, as he had the money shift.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Here at lap
Did we go on board and confirm that's what it was? I mean, it seemed how it was. The rear end hopped a lot, so I figured that's what it was, but...
Well, I don't know what setup he has. You can have paddle shifters on the back. That's what I use. Or you can have a dog box sequential, which when you're doing it, I want to say, what is it? Up is down and down is up?
I mean, yeah, I don't...
Sometimes
I don't know.
I've never used one.
Could happen.
I'm not gonna lie. It's just one of those
because
things
I don't know if you can you use it? You don't think you can bind the H pattern to these cars?
No, you can't.
So, yeah.
No, you can't.
It
is paddle.
If it happened, it happened. If not, I think that's what happened. But we'll find out one day.
It's right now still running off from the front pack. Charles Gurek, Caitlin Height, Josh Susie. They now got a 7 almost 8/10
Whoa,
gap.
Susie loose coming off the corner.
Ooh, that's going to open up the door for the 11. She's going to make a move to the inside. Charles Gurrick going to follow suit. See Charles Gurrick, though, get out of the gas, not wanting to really battle with that 81. He's going to go ahead and fall back in behind him.
That, or maybe not just the best run, Chris, not able to gas it up on corner exit, thinking I might spin the rear myself. And instead of taking that liberty, or taking that risk, he's just going to hang out, you know, lay off the gas a little bit, and not jeopardize losing
like
the
good
pace he has right now. Yeah, he did. Something going on with this 81 machine currently, or he's just finding somewhere in the track he doesn't like, maybe? I'm not sure. Whoa, the 76. We were talking about it. There he goes, passing through the grass. Back on the track. And Kyle McCarthy, Chris, starting to catch back up to this pack again. With Kevin Click and Michael Zuver in tow.
I see Nick Cannon just went off track.
Yeah, we know the 7 was battling wicked loose.
Wondering if he's broke something.
It doesn't like the car's wobbling. Oh, yeah, he did. That's broke. Right rear.
That is broke.
Looks like the right rear's broke. That or the front left. He might have just hit the. He might have hit the wall.
Yeah, as you're seeing it, try to walk back up the track.
Yeah, that right rear is damaged. Do we have a incident replay for that? Oh, he creamed the wall.
Yeah,
coming off the floor, gets loose. Still spinning, still spinning. Pow!
Yeah, that right rear is.
And that's a tough spot to hit in. I destroyed the front end, I think. The rear might have taken it. I think it was the front that it really killed because his wheels were... Whoa! Did you see that? His wheels were spinning while he was getting his tires changed. It's like he revved up and his wheels were spinning.
Oh, his wheelman's not happy. So right now, Charles Gurrick, we saw him go off track. That's allowed that 24 Colin McCarthy to slowly pull up to that 76. And you see right behind that 24, the 25 of Kevin Click is in that 5th spot. Michael Zuver currently sitting in his starting position in that 6th spot. You see Jimmy Barr, who's moved up 15 positions into that 7th spot. Good run here from that 12 machine. The 8th position goes to that 3 of Lucas Nilges. You see Ken Baum up in that 9th position, and then Joshua Gaiman in that 10th spot. So right now, like I said, just looking through the field, no real battles going on. Everybody just, as you see down the backstretch, pretty much single file. Kalen Height hasn't given up or lost any position here. As I see, I think that is the 95 of Chad Engel going down pit lane right now. Excuse me, the 35. That was actually the 95 of Dakota Kuhn, excuse me. You see the 69 of Matthew Fitz. Unfortunate, we were talking about him earlier up here in the lead, or up in that lead pack. I saw he had a couple of off tracks. Might have had the same situation as Nick Cannon. Just had something happen. I saw him go through the grass and just lost all that track position. He's been driving by himself, so he has no draft help.
I was going to say something there. I can't remember what the topic I was going to hit on now. I've completely forgotten as we'll roll the Matthew Fitz into the wall, Chris. About to be at a lap 100, so almost to the halfway point of this race. And Chris, this early run has kind of given me deja vu. We're seeing Kalen Height, Josh Susie, and Charles Gurrick in that top 3. And it does seem like Gurrick, after that little bit of looseness coming through the apron, having to save it, he is starting to fall back a little bit. 9.9 off, and now he is exactly a second away from that Josh Susie machine.
Yeah, and Kyler McCarthy hasn't made up any time either. That 24 is still sitting about 7/10 back from that 76 of Charles Gurrick. You see behind him, Kevin Click starting to lose a little bit of time to that 24. Michael Zuver still hanging on to that 6th spot. Hasn't let that 25 get away from him. Then you see that excuse me, Michael Zuver, in that 7th position is that 3 of Lucas Nilge's behind that 96 of Michael Zuver. See Zuver taking that middle lane might allow that 3 of Lucas Nilge's to tuck up just a little more. So pass for that 5th spot. Zuver going to go to the outside of that 25, but is he going to win the battle in the corner? Going to be able to roll that outside just a little more than that 25 of Kevin Click. Yeah, it looks like that outside lane just a little better. Right now, whoa, the 25 of Kevin Click loose on the inside. That's going to allow Lucas Nilge's to go around on the outside. Stan Mayberry down pit lane. Oh, I can see Matthew Fitz having an off track. Maybe cutting the tri-oval.
I don't know. I've always called it tri-oval.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a quad oval. I don't want to be saying the wrong thing. I can't remember.
Man, I think in oval term, the front stretch, it doesn't matter if it's a tri-oval or not. We've just accepted it as the tri-oval, okay? If you hate me for it, sorry, I paid my tri-oval fee. You can't tell me any different.
As right now, like I said, just kind of watching everybody's. I saw that. It looks like Caitlin Height might have had to get out of the gas. It's going to allow the 81 of Josh Susi to work that outside lane. Let's see if he has anything to give to that 11. Down the back straightaway, the 81 is in front. The 11 is not letting the 81 get away. We'll see if she has anything to say. It looks like she's going to have to get out of the gas. That's going to allow the 81 to just roll on that outside just a little more. So pass here at lap 104, new leader, Josh Susi.
And yes, that's a tri-oval. Why wouldn't that be a tri-oval?
Because I want to say I remember hearing somebody say
no,
quad
it's
oval.
a tri-oval. That's not.
I know,
no,
I know.
That's not what a tri-oval means. It's not triple oval. A tri-oval just means it's the shape of a triangle and an oval put together. That's what a tri-oval means.
I know. I could have swore I heard somebody say it the other day.
Get out of here. That's a tri-oval. I don't know, dude. You're all confusing me. Like I said, I'm from the South. I've watched NASCAR since I was a little kid. It's a tri-oval. I don't care what anybody else says. I don't care if it's a square track. The front stretch coming through there, that's going to be the dang tri-oval or the front stretch to me, no matter what. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to call the Indianapolis front stretch a tri-oval, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm pretty sure the whole of Pocono is just considered a tri-oval.
That's a triangle. That's why they call it the tricky triangle.
So it's like, yes, it's a tri-oval.
Bad drive on the outside there for Zuver. It's going to allow the 3.
Okay, back on the talk here, man. Back on the talk here. I could rant for an hour on this.
But it looks like Zuver having a good drive there, not letting that 3 get away. 24 Kyler McCarthy riding that outside lane. We see, since that 81 of Josh Susi has gotten in front of Caitlin Height, he's kind of put those 2 fingers out the window and said, deuces. And he's just kind of
Josh Gaiman back on a spirited run, Chris. He's right behind Jimmy Barr, who another big mover in the field. Gaiman's trying to work his way back up as he's up 18 spots now. Started 27th originally. I think this is the farthest he's been through the field tonight, correct?
Yeah, I think this is the first time he's got into the top 10. So right now, Josh Susi now out to a second gap between Caitlin Height. Probably just riding behind that 11, just not letting
Why would you lie to our crowd like that, Chris? He's at 0.95 away, not a full second.
Oh, my Lord. But right now, Charles Gurrick still 2.3 seconds back from Caitlin Height. So Caitlin has put a really big gap between herself and Charles Gurrick, but right behind Charles Gurrick, that 24 and that 3 are starting to get a little bit of speed. They're starting to catch. They're starting to catch Charles. Caitlin Height down pit lane. Wonder if she's
not sure why Caitlin Height's down pit road.
Wonder if she's starting to see the tire degradation though. She's starting to see that fall off, and maybe gonna go ahead and you know, we've been running green flag laps. Maybe gonna go ahead and just pull that trigger, see if she can get a little bit of a pit strategy going. She is still down pit lane. She's taking four-side tire, or all four tires. All four tires.
Four sides.
Yeah, I don't know. My brain is all kerfuffled tonight. Kyler McCarthy. Did he blink out?
He did. He's back up in fourth.
Okay. So I'm just dropped through the field. I was like, oh no, did we just have another one?
I think 33 Joshua Game and just called he's coming down pit road. Yeah, he's slowing up.
Like
Slow is the 12 of Jimmy Barr. So Chris, pit stops are open. 3 cars down pit road now. Ken Baum, and then as well, Jeremy Zarfos coming down pit road.
Yeah, so green flag pit stops here at lap 111.
You know I love green flag pit stops, Chris.
Yes, I love it. Pit strategies are always a lot of fun, especially whenever they get to come in under green flag runs.
I think my favorite pit stops in all of racing, like, and I think F1 pit stops are amazing, don't get me wrong, but like my favorite pit stops is coming off a turn 4 down the little bit of front stretch at Talladega before you get to the tribal, and then you just gotta dive. I love seeing all the cars separating, and dude, when it's like 20 cars pitting at the same time, it's such an awesome sight, dude. Anything over like 7 cars, 8 cars looks awesome. Just when they're all separating out into their own lane, they're all in separate parts of the apron, all getting their woed up, and they still all file back in single file perfectly. It's awesome. I love it, man. One of my favorite pit stops ever. You can't take that away from me. Super Speedway racing might not be as great as it used to be back in the past, but they can't get rid of those pit stops. Always will be awesome. And that's a personal opinion. If you still like Super Speedway racing to this day, great on you, but it's not the greatest to me anymore. Still love it. Watch it every year. Love Talladega, my favorite track, but just can't get into the package these years, Chris.
Yeah, Justin Gibbs, Daniel Holdcroft down pit lane. But look at this, Josh, pass for that
Justin Gibbs hit the wrong pitting in button. He put the quit your jibber jabber keyboard.
But no, you see that 3 getting a little loose coming out of turn 4, but he's gonna get it underneath himself. He's gonna go ahead and make that pass for that second spot. We see Michael Zuver now. He's got a train of cars behind him. 24.
William Hobart down pit road.
Kyler McCarthy. You see the 11 there with that massive run up behind everybody. Those fresh tires are just going to show you. They are fast.
And it doesn't matter where they go to defend. She's just going to pass them. See, she lifts, goes to the bottom, and they regrip, gone.
That just goes to show you those new tires are no joke. Andrew May down pit lane.
And it's crazy to think they are still running massive speeds on those older tires, but it just, like you said, Chris, shows you the leaps and bounds a new set of tires can take you. You
see the 11 there going around that 76 of Charles Gurrick. Jaden Bingaman down pit lane. Andrew May on his way out. See the 3 of Lucas Nilge's getting passed by that 11. I want to say that's the 31 in the wall up there. It's Kevin Gibney Jr. Right now, Josh Susi got about a 3.5-second gap over Lucas Nilges. You see Charles Gurrick right behind him, about 7/10 back from that 3 of Lucas Nilges, and then the 96 of Michael Zuver. So we got 3 Sparkle Unicorn drivers. 2, 3, and 4. I see Kevin Click down pit lane. So you're going to wonder how long Susi is going to take to come down pit lane. Steven Overstott down pit lane as well. We know Susi is a pit strategist. He does not come down pit lane until he absolutely has to. So let's see how long it takes this 81 to drive down pit lane. But you see right now those tires are showing you that 11 about to get her lap back. So the 11 going to go ahead, unlap herself, drive around that 81. So right now, everybody's just kind of separated out. Lucas Nilges, Charles Gurrick got about a 2nd and 2/10 separation. Josh Susi down pit lane. As I was saying, I was wondering when that 81 was going to go ahead and decide to pull the pit cycle trigger and surrender that lead to that 3 of Lucas Nilges. Should see that 3 come down pit lane now. We always say, you know, cautions breed cautions. Well, pit cycles breed pit cycles. You see somebody come down pit lane, you're going to start coming down pit lane as well. The 98 of Shane Weldon down pit lane. See the 31 there. We're seeing right now only 6 cars on the lead lap. Jimmy Barr, you see the 12 there going around Kyler McCarthy. Right now, Lucas Nilges in that first position. Looks like Chris Lynn down pit lane. Charles Gurrick in that 2nd position. About a 2-second gap between Lucas Nilges and Charles Gurrick. And you see about a 1.5-second gap between him and Michael Zuver. So right now we got a Team Sparkle Unicorn, 1, 2, 3. You see Kyler McCarthy in that 4th spot. Caitlin Height, who got her lap back on her own, currently sitting in that 5th spot. And then Joshua Gaiman is currently your first driver off of the lead lap. So right now we've only got 5 drivers on the lead lap. Looks like maybe the 3 getting her woed up. No. Yeah, he's getting her woed up. 3 down pit lane. Whoa, Zuver. Zuver was speeding down. Whoa! Looks like Kyler McCarthy might have hit the oh, no. You see a fender flying. Oh, Kyler McCarthy hit the hit pit wall.
I love the physics on the fender. Just flying in the air. That's not good, though, for Colin McCarthy, getting on a serious note here. Yeah, he just did not get her slowed up in time.
Yeah.
That could be right front damage, Chris.
Nope,
oh, yeah, it killed the right. I didn't even see that.
That is that car's dead.
He's done for.
Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate for the 24. Such a fast race car.
Wait, does he not realize his front right is broke? I don't think Kyler realizes his front right is broke. He just went down pit road, did his pit stop. Yeah, he's just now realizing it.
So right now, Caitlin Height is currently your leader. Charles Gurrick did come down pit lane while we were watching that. So he did surrender the lead. So right now, Caitlin Height is your leader. With Joshua Gaiman in that 2nd position. And Jimmy Barr in that 3rd spot. So this has really cycled everything all out of whack. But we know Caitlin did come down a couple of laps earlier than everybody else. Was that first driver that did come down pit lane? Matthew Fitz down pit lane. But she did come down a couple of laps earlier, so those tires are gonna. If I was in that 11 camp, I would just slow it up just a little bit, not much, but just slow it up just a little bit, not run too hard, so that way you got Susie and all them behind you digging really hard. Just let your tires equal out to their tires. You want their tires to heat up and equal yours. So, not I wouldn't say go on a conserve, but just a little earlier. But that would be me. But I don't drive. I just sit up here in the booth. Yeah, 24 Kyler McCarthy now sitting in pit lane. Unfortunately,
he can't even get into his pit stall. He's too far back. I think that's why he was just spinning tire. His wheel's jammed. He can't get it to go forward.
Ugh. Unfortunate for that 24.
For Kyler McCarthy.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Such a strong race car. Just trying to get off of turn 4. Like I said, that's something you got to watch out for. That coming off of that banking into the pits, it can really mess you up.
Man, add Kyler McCarthy's name to the list of unfortunate events tonight with Tyler Rush and Ryan Broderick, man. Unfortunate. Which Ryan's was completely out of his control. He just dropped due to packet loss. Tyler also completely out of his control. He was collected. No, wait, was Tyler the one that...
Tyler was...
went in front of Chris Lynn?
Yeah, spun off the front end.
Yeah, okay. So we'll just call that one a weird coincidence, or weird, what's the word I'm looking for? A weird occurrence. We'll say that, because it was very, very weird, and neither of them commented on it, so I don't know.
Yeah,
and then other than that, you got what just happened there with Kyler McCarthy, and that's no bueno. And then also Nick Cannon has been on pit road for 20 minutes, so we did see him slap the wall super hard earlier and break his toe links, as well. But Josh Gaiman, Chris, look at that, from 27th to 22nd. Or 2nd. Goodness gracious, up 25 spots.
Yeah, we've got 69 more laps here to go. So this race is starting to get closer and closer to being done. So if you're some of these drivers that are sitting back here in this 5th, 6th, 7th spot, when do you start making your moves to get up here? I know you say making your moves when you've got a separation like we have right now on tracks. Caitlin Height has got a 9-second gap between her and Joshua Gaiman. But as you see, Joshua Gaiman starting to get caught by the other Josh Susi. So he's about to be under attack for that 2nd spot. See up in front of them, the 98 of Shane Weldon. That's also the 69 of Matthew Fitz. 33 all the way up to the top of the wall. It's going to allow that 81 of Josh Susi to pull on that inside lane. Get around him. Oh no, Charles Gurrick. The 76 of Charles Gurrick had an issue.
Oh, man, a big pirouette to the front stretch grass, and he's still going. Hey, he didn't get that unsafe entry into pit road, though.
Didn't get that unsafe entry. You are correct.
But it does look like he did make a safe entry and get a new set of tires. Or that was earlier. That was him coming off. I see. You went back to the replay, and I thought we were back live. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it went off the front end there of the 13 of William Hobart. Doesn't look like it was any. I'm going to even say it. It wasn't anything William did. It just, like you said, saw him slap the wall there, and you come off the wall, and that car's just there. You go off the front end.
It makes sense what Height and Gaiman have done here. They undercutted by like 10 laps. They're expecting caution here. I think that's what they're expecting. Something to happen. Get them recycled back up with a fresh set of tires. Obviously, everyone would come down here within the next 20, 30 laps if there was a caution. I think they're trying to just play this game, Chris. Caitlin's going for a gamble here. She wants to win this first race. This is the gambles you got to make sometimes. We'll see how it will work. Like they said in, what was it, Happy Gilmore? Bold strategy cotton. We'll see how it plays out. Is that what that was from? I can't remember what that's from now. Oh, my goodness. Bold strategy cotton.
Yeah, as we're
Oh
seeing.
my God, it's from Dodgeball. Goodness gracious.
As we're seeing Charles Garrick, just unfortunate there going off the front end of William Hobart. I was looking at Matthew Fitz's car when I said it. Going off the front end of William Hobart. Still got it underneath him, though. Did go through the grass for most of that spin, so the tires should be okay for the most part. But right now, Josh, look at the distance that Josh Susi, now that he's gotten around Josh Gaiman, has put on Caitlin Height. 9 seconds whenever Susi went around Gaiman. He's now got it down to 6.3 seconds. So Susi is really on a tear right now. Working on the outside is at 76.
He's made a lot of time up just in the last 2 laps. 2 seconds, Chris.
That's what I'm saying. Josh Susi is really on a good tear here. Man, a lot of cars sitting down pit road. See, Stan Mayberry pulled the car down pit lane. He's been sitting down for 4 minutes and 30 seconds now. So One Main Financial 48. Looks like he might be done here tonight.
So like you said, Chris, the laps are ticking down here at Charlotte as we are closing in on lap 140, close to 60 laps to go, Chris, almost to that 50 lap to go point. And you know that's when pretty much all hell breaks loose at a track like Charlotte. That's like your last second shopping for Christmas. You are trying to do whatever you can, make up spots, try to figure something out. You're hoping for a caution, whatever it may be. We're going to have to see how it's going to play out here. Susi ticking down pretty much a second a lap at this point, close to it. He's moving through the field right now, Chris. He wins 4/10 faster on that last lap, so that's going to help him a lot. And he's only going to continue to stay faster than Caitlin Height at the moment, as he's only on 20-lap-old tires compared to her, 30-lap-old tires? So a little bit of a tire difference there, but Josh Susi so far managing to keep adding to that gap, or subtracting from that gap he has to Caitlin Height. And it does seem like Joshua Gaiman as well, 4 seconds back from Susi, just kind of hanging out here with that third place position. Everybody else just kind of 4 seconds and then 8 seconds, 9 seconds back from him. But right now, it's a mission for this 81 of Josh Susi to try to catch that 11 of Caitlin Height as she is trying to chase down her first victory of the season. And loose there for Susi off a corner exit. That's going to allow Matthew Fitz back around his outside.
Yeah, as we're seeing Caitlin Height now under 5 seconds to that 81 of Josh Susi. So Susi is, like I said earlier, on a mission. A lot of lap traffic coming up here for that 11. See 3 cars in front. It looks like the 29. Whoa, is Nick Cannon? Oh, yellow flag. Nick Cannon crashed. See, coming out of pit lane, see him. Oh, he just gets up on the apron. Oh, no, and the car is going to slide up. No, does it slide up? Oh, it's because he came to a stop on the track. Yeah, so it looks like the 7 just got up on that, got up on the line, the painted line there, and the rear end went around on him. But Josh, this racks everybody back up now.
Yeah, and if you're that 11 machine, you're thinking maybe like 10 more laps on that. 5 more laps. I think that would have been right about when Sushi, sorry. We have a dog named Sushi. I know we've said that many a times, but it slips. As Susi, I think that would have been about the time he would have called her, maybe 3-4 more laps, but he was ticking off a lot of time. And if you're this 33 of Josh Gaiman, you're trying to hit your pit stall, you're trying to gain a position here. But I don't think it might be possible unless he pulls an absolutely barn burner stop like Kyle McCarthy did earlier. Not saying that it's not possible. He is just sitting in that, 27th pit stall compared to Kyler McCarthy, who was only sitting in the, I can't remember where Kyler started this race. 20th, 21st, 22nd. 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 what? I think he started 8th position, I think is where he started tonight, if I remember correctly. But yeah, Josh Gaiman going to come off in that 4th position. But it doesn't look like Kevin Click's going to get past him, Chris. Good stop from that 25. He's going to gain himself a position back on the track. Or he gained a couple positions. Was Click?
He gained a couple
Click was a little bit back there, but Michael Zuver going to be coming out in that 6th place position.
Well, it looks like I'm while we're under caution, I'm looking through the Discord. It looks like everybody is having issues. I see Robbie Bice just say internet just crashed.
Are we hitting Y2K finally, Chris? Is it happening?
I don't know, but it looks like we're having a lot of issues. I'm having issues. We've got, what, 5 or 6 cars that have had issues here tonight? Kip easily like disconnected without...
Yeah, I do just see where it said Robbie Bice disconnected. Oh, and for the knowledge of everyone, I'm thinking, lap 127, Stan did park the car, and Kyler McCarthy also parked the car at lap 124 after he made a contact with the barrier under green flag pit stops coming down pit road. You notice how we've always seemed to catch that, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
When drivers run into the barrels on pit road, we always seem to catch it.
And I don't even try.
Yeah, we don't. It's like we're just there. Perfect place, perfect time. I know the drivers don't like us to catch that, but we're usually pretty good at seeing that. I think that's probably like, and Kyler, if you're feeling like, oh man, I just hit the barrels, people saw that, dude, you're probably like the, what, I would say 15th car we've seen do that in the 5 years of us, him making it, probably like the 15th. Dude, remember,
I'd say
there was
more than that.
You would think? Well, I'm saying we've personally caught. We've seen it happen 50,000 times, I swear. It's happened almost every other race a couple years ago when we were calling some other leagues, but heck, I don't think really that much this season we've had any of our full throttle drivers do it. So you might get the ding for one of the first people to do it this season, Kyler, but trust me, dude, nowhere close to being the first person that me and Chris. I think we've watched Fitz do it like 3 times, haven't we? I feel like I've seen Fitz at the tire or that water barrel like twice at least. I mean, it's a Fitz thing to do. As we're gonna hit back to green flag racing here, Chris, and we're almost at this 50 lap to go point.
Bad start.
Great restart there. And that 33 of Joshua Gaiman gonna blink a little bit, but he's gonna give that 81 a push.
Man, oh man, bad start there for the 81. As I'm seeing in the Thunderdome, Nick Cannon saying nobody saw anything. Sorry, Nick, saw the whole thing.
Yeah, Nick, we saw it. He's just saying that in the Thunderdome so everybody doesn't say, man, why'd you throw a caution out for us, you meanie? But some people could want that, so who knows?
Click.
Some people, I'm about to say, he was tight there on that 33, Chris. As you'll see that 96 of Michael Zuver now filing back in line here. He is trying to get him some of this action as he knows he wants a podium position here tonight. That 96 been working hard and had a mighty fine race car, Chris. We've seen some pretty good hot rods here tonight at Charlotte. And oh, look at that. Jimmy 3 wide there for just a moment. Still 3 wide. As that's Jimmy Barr, the 26 of Jaden Bingham, and the 2 of Kenbaum Jr.
Woo.
As you'll see the 10 of Daniel Holdcroft, that 22 of Jimmy Barr, or excuse me, not Jimmy Barr, Andrew May behind them. And then that 76 of Charles Gurek, who has to make up this track position that he has had pretty much all night.
Man, you notice that, Josh? Josh Susi, Josh Gaiman, Kevin Click, all set the same time that last lap.
Oh my goodness, 29.55, 29.55, and 29.55, Chris. Good
all
eyes.
The same lap.
Good eyes.
And it was all their personal best for the session.
I was waiting for it to be 29.75, 29.75, 20. Kevin Click and Gaiman almost set identical lap times again, but.
Yeah, but I'm seeing a lot of battling going on back here. A lot of stacking up behind that 3 of Lucas Nilges. Oh, the 29 there going on the outside of the 2 of Kenbaum. It might have to get out of the gas. Whoa, the 7 and the 13 and the 39 making contact coming out of turn 4. As we'll go back up here on board with your leaders, the 81 of Josh Susi was able to get around the 11 of Caitlin Height. As the 11 was, looks like Josh Lucy was able to get around that 11, but oh, Josh McGamon now all over the back bumper of that 11. You see the 25 of Kevin Click right in the outside lane. Whoa, the 25 getting loose. He's going to keep it underneath him, though. Man, Kevin Click was all sideways coming out of turn 4. He's going to open up the door there for Zuver a little bit. Spirited run here for the 96. Want to go ahead and point that out. Michael Zuver on a really good tear. I know Charlotte is one of those tracks that if you know how to drive it, oh, it is a fun track to drive. Whoa, as you're seeing the
I suck here.
I can't say that. I can't say the same thing. I'm pretty good
Yeah,
at
I
this
know.
track. I'm pretty good at Charlotte.
Yeah, you're good at the cookie cutter tracks.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love Charlotte. Do not think of this track as a cookie cutter track at all. It's always got great action. And speaking of great action, Chris, we're seeing Josh Gaiman in, out, in, out. And it's good to see him back here for the moment. Oh.
Well, now he's going.
Yeah. So like you said, Chris, internet issues from everyone tonight.
I'm liking these World War II style schemes here.
Well, Memorial Day was Monday, Chris.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I'm liking. I love any kind of.
Oh, we know you, War Thunder.
Yes, I love any kind of planes, and me and Charles have been talking about it. Old guards. Whoa, is Ken Baum all the way? Or excuse me, that was the 29 there. 26 is Jaden Bingaman all the way to the wall. As that 33 of Joshua Gaiman still on the outside there of that 25 of Kevin Click. Here at lap 154, this is where it's going to start getting dicey. We're under that 50 weight.
Whoa, my goodness.
A little bit of contact there for the 25 and the 33, but they're going to keep it straight. But that's, man, if you see that 33 blinking, that's something I mean, I don't know. Personally, I'm like, I'm not going to go up there and try to door bang the 33 because, you know, you might go up there and try to door bang him, and then he just does a disappearing act, and then he pops up inside your passenger seat. Looks like Kevin Click. Whoa, a bigger run out of turn 1, or going into turn 1. Big corner entry.
He was wobbling.
Oh, I'm seeing a little looseness, but that's 76 of Charles Gurrick. Looks like he's making a run there on that 10 of Daniel Holdcroft. Still battling for that third position is that 25 of Kevin Click and that 33 of Joshua Gaiman. Man.
Stay on board with these guys. I ain't trying to spell disaster, but these boys are racing hard. We could see something here. Kevin is driving it into 1 and 2. Gonna Kevin Harvick that line, or should I say Kevin Click that line. And so get down there on that white line and paint it with the left side tires. Look at that drive in, man. Goodness gracious. It's just not going to stick. That 33 carrying the speed on the outside, man. It's a bad feeling, Chris. Not being able to shake the car on your outside is not a fun feeling.
Yeah, but Josh,
but you got to give it to Kevin Click, dude. Yeah, oh my God, it's building up. It is building up.
Look behind him. This is, oh, I'm starting to feel it.
Look at Zuber with a big run.
I'm starting to feel it.
Whoa. Oh, my goodness. It was the 29 of Zarfos back there, yeah.
Riding on board here with Ken Baum.
Big run on the outside lane. Clear of Oberstadt. He's going to go to the inside as you ride on board with your back-to-back champion here in the Full Throttle Series, the Toyota Camry, number 2 at Ken Baum Jr., making his way back into the top 10, sitting in 6th from that original 19th starting position. Does Ken got something for these guys this late in the race, Chris? Has he been hanging out for just to say, all right, time for the 2 machine to intervene?
As it looks like Joshua Gaiman did stop battling with that 25. 25 loose into the wall.
Fortunate for that 25 of Kevin Click.
So right now the 33 and the 96 of Zuver and Gaiman are going to be fighting for that third position like Kevin Click was, as you saw Kevin Click get loose coming out of turn 4. had to get out of the gas. He's going to lose his couple of positions right now.
Whoa,
Whoa,
my
whoa,
God. He just pushed.
Oh, my goodness.
My godness. Caitlin's probably thinking, what did I do? Whoa, the 81 of
81
Susie loose. Sorry, I didn't mean to just scream. Oh, he's jumping in the tri-oval. And that's going to allow 3 cars past him, Chris. Possibly 4. Oh, my goodness. What a turn of events, dude. What a turn of events. And look who it is coming to the middle. Ken freaking Bomb Jr., man. What a drive from this 2 machine. The back-to-back champion showing the experience here. Finding this run late. He's looking to put his name into this hat and say, hey, this race ain't over, guys. You forgot about me.
Tighten it up, tighten it up.
And Susie loose again. Something not going on in that 81 machine, Chris. Are we seeing a rare hiccup from the 81 here tonight, man?
Yeah, this is something you don't normally see. That 81 has been sideways every corner
That looks
exit.
like that's going to get him gathering it back up. But you got to think, if you're this 33 at gaming, man, like, this is my opportunity. This might be one of my sister teams. This might be, you know, someone I know brought me into the league. But I got to get one too.
As I'm watching Zarfos, looks like he might have got a little side. Whoa, Kevin Click is all over the place right now.
You know, Gaiman did win the first race of the season, Chris, and then won at Phoenix, and then won at Texas. He's going for win number 4 this season. So it's one of those things. He showed up last year, Chris. We saw how successful he was early. You think Joshua Gaiman, man, he's kind of the dark horse here this season. Been showing a lot of success. Out of nowhere, man, this 33 is back in the run right here, and you got to think he's hoping this internet issue holds on, because he is close, Chris, here to maybe having his 5th win of the season. But you got to look at that 11 machine and think, oh, no, we might have a caution. Chris Lynn on the apron. Is he going to go back to pits? He's going to back it up, put it against the wall, and he's going to get it back going. There is going to be no caution for that 32.
As I saw him, looks like he might have got up on that blue line like Nick Cannon did, and I saw the rear end start coming around. But, yeah, it looks like he was able to keep it off of the racing line, so the caution will not come out. As right now, Joshua Gaiman under attack from that 29 is Jeremy Zarfos. Whoa, Zarfos looks like he might have just hit the wall kind of hard. And if he didn't, he got loose coming out of corner exit.
Bro, it's so scary following a blinking car like that.
Now you see me, now you don't. Now you see me, now you don't. That's what I'm saying, because they could, you know, something could happen where he blinks out and then it gets sideways, you know, has to get out of the gas, and then the next thing you know, he spawns back up. And
or, you know, yeah, he's like, he had to, got loose, you know, on entry a little bit, has to check up off the gas, and then he blinks back in, bam, you plow right into the back of him. It's happened. It can happen. But this 81 of Josh Susie, Chris, looking to get rid of those little bit of mistakes he made a few minutes ago and try to, you know, make amends pretty much for that mistake he had and show that, hey, this 81 still got speed. But Michael Zuber doing a good job, pretty much doing a little bit of a Ryan Newman impression here, making that car just as wide as he needs it to be to hold off that outside lane and then shut that low lane's run off on corner exit.
Yeah, here coming to 30.
And for the 11, this is her favorite thing, man. She's thinking, hey, I don't got to block him. You can do it for me. I'm too nice to go up there and door bang these some of these guys that you know, brought me into the league or whatever it may be. But when you got, you know, your own personal blocker behind you, kind of nice. She ain't even having to do anything. Zuber's just back there holding on for his life.
81. Big.
But this racing's going to allow Caitlin to, as I say, this big race right here is going to allow her to maybe. I thought they were about to make contact there.
Big drive on the outside. You see the 81 getting out of the gas.
Oh, he's clearing. He is clearing that 96 by a country mile, dude. What a run to the outside lane.
Yeah, you see the Zuber just not having it on that inside or that middle lane. It's going to allow that 81 of Josh Sushi to get around him. Joshua Gaiman now putting that 96 under attack. Like you said, that 96 just got to make that car just a little wider, but it is easier said than done. Yeah, so that little bit of a hiccup there for Susie is really come back to bite him here. He's got an 8/10 gap between him and Caitlin, and he's trying to make up as much time as he can, but I just think that heating those tires up as much as he did, I think it's just evened out their playing field. I think Susie had a really good charge. He was going to, you know, I'm not going to count him out. I never do, but, you know, I'm going to have to watch here for a second. 33 making a move on the inside. Door bang. Oh, the 33. He had to get out of it. Let's see if he has it. Looks like the 96 is going to have it through the travel. Yep, 33 going to go ahead and get out of the gas. This is opening up the door for Lucas Nilges, though. He's starting to catch him. To the inside is that 3. See if he can make it stick. Whoa, Lucas Nilges maybe getting a little loose. Did a little bit of a slide job up in front of the 33. 33 might have just had a Brown moment there for a second. It looks like on that inside lane, Lucas Nilges is at least going to have corner exit. We'll have to see if that 33 has a better run coming out of corner exit. Doesn't look like he does. But right now, Caitlin Height, Josh, out to a second gap between Susie. So it's starting to slowly get bigger. That gap is slowly starting to grow. So Michael Zuver under attack on that outside lane. Looks like he's going to give it up to the teammate, the number 3 of Lucas Nilges, but he's going to allow the 33 of Joshua Gaiman to probably put him under attack here. You know, once you start getting past, it kind of starts going through your head. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? What do I need to change? And then you start making more mistakes. We'll have to see if that 96 can get it gathered back underneath him and try to get up here and battle for that 3rd position. Try to get a podium out of this. Well, like we were saying, Josh Susie now 1 1/10 gap between him and Caitlin Height. So it's just starting to, it's growing ever so slightly. But every lap, it's about a 10th gap that they're making up, or that he's losing.
He was 2 1,000ths of a second faster that time. That's not going to be enough to catch up right at the moment, but you got to think, Chris, he had that loose moment. He had the moments where he was getting loose, almost pretty much wrecking the thing off of corner exit. What does that do to his right rear compared to if he's going to be able to catch her? We'll see, though. We know Susie is a nightmare sometimes on the track to deal with if you're the opposing driver. So, not in a bad way, as in he's just so dang fast for no apparent reason all the time. It's just, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. You know, you're chanting for the 11 to get her first win. But, man, it's hard to win when you got an angry Josh Susie charging behind you in second place.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. But like I said, the gap is still 1 1/10 seconds. So that's just what we're going to have to watch. We're going to have to see if that gap gets any bigger or if he can start reeling in that 11 and try to take over this lead. I mean, if we stay green flag for the rest of the race, this is going to be a hard time.
Oh, yeah.
He just had to get out of the gas.
Yeah,
he just had to get out of the gas.
He's still slower than her every lap right now by a 10th of a second. So
we'll ride on board here with. Whoa,
he was loose right there. Yeah,
going on board, you see him loose.
He is driving that thing, man.
He's right on board here. See if we can see what this 81 is doing. Yeah, you see that wheel turning to the right. That's not what you want to do. Where that wheel is now, that's as far right as you want it to go.
Caitlin was also 2 miles an hour faster on corner entry.
Yeah, as you see, just loose there. Going into turn 3, though, let's see if he can make up any time. Like I said, doesn't look like he's making up any at all.
Loose again.
Yeah, now down to 1 3/10. Right on board here with Caitlin Height. See how her line is going.
Another 10th of a second.
Watch
slower.
The steering wheel difference.
The gap now to 1.3.
little overcorrect, or a little correction there, but if you notice, not as much as that 81 is overcorrecting. So the 11 is, or the 81 is really driving it hard right now. And it does look like Zuver is still in front of that 33 of Joshua Gaiman. So right now for that 4th position, Zuver is still battling out with that 33. Whoa, as we go back on board here with Susie, we see he's still sideways. So look at that, Josh, 1 1/6. It's slowly starting to get out of hand.
It's looking good for Caitlin Height right now, Chris, but
Yeah.
a caution is going to definitely throw a wrench in that if we were to have one.
Yeah, that's something you don't want to see here with 19 laps to go. We've went green this long. You don't want to see one. Well, if you're that 81 of Josh Susie, you want to see one. But if you're that 11, Caitlin Height, you don't. 1.8.
$17 laps to go this next time by, Chris.
Yeah, 17 laps to go. We're going to have to see if Josh Susie has anything to say. As I'm watching the ticker right now, it looks like Joshua Gaiman is putting that 96 under attack, but doesn't look like he has anything to say coming out of turn 4, going into turn 1. 29 of Zarfos, though, is hanging on to that 6th spot. He is still all over the back bumper there of that 33 of Joshua Gaiman as well. Whoa, Gaiman up into the wall.
Chris, Lucas Nilji's doing a good job here at lap 184, coming to lap 185. He's sitting himself in that 3rd place position, man. Team Sparkle Unicorn number 3. Looking for a really good finish here tonight.
Yeah, Caitlin Height now out to 2 seconds over Susie. Yeah, as we're just riding on board here with Susie, we're trying to see if he has anything to say, but I'm just saying that, like I said, that gap just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, now up to 2.25, 2.23. And Lucas Nilji's about 2.8 seconds off of Josh Susie. And you see, it looks like Zuver might have put a little bit of a gap. Yeah, it looks like he put a little bit of gap on that 33 of Joshua Gaiman. Maybe Gaiman heating those tires up, trying to get around that 96. You see Zarfos maybe getting off the gas a little bit, seeing that 11 or that 33 blinking.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah, I want to point something out, Josh. Lucas Nilji's is putting that 81 under attack right now.
Didn't even notice that.
Yeah, that just happened real quick. He had to have
Susie has been having a lot of looseness,
2.6 seconds now between Caitlin and Josh. So, yeah, he lost 0.3 of a second just off of some kind of looseness. Looks like Kevin Gibney Jr. down pit lane.
Kevin Gibney Jr. has been down pit lane for 16 minutes, Chris.
Oh, well, then I misread the ticker. My bad.
No, he hasn't. He's been down for a minute. 40.
Whoa!
Wait,
Lucas
that might be an
Nilji's
hour.
loose.
No, that's not an hour.
Lucas Nilji's loose coming out of turn 4.
And I'm just thinking, man, I caught him so fast, now I can't pass him.
Yeah. Oh, the 3 still loose on that outside lane.
And out of turn 3 through turn 4. Flag man giving him the 10 to go sign is Caitlin Height. Gonna hit the stripe this time. 10 to go for the number 11. Does she got it? Does the Lady Liberty Motorsports Vodafone 11 Chevy Camaro bring it home tonight, Chris? Looking for her first race victory this season. 2 weeks ago, she was saying she felt really good. Like it was starting to go her way some more. And it does seem like this week has been an 11 machine, or the 11 machines, dream pretty much. She's had a great night here tonight. She's put on a great race. And here with 10 to go, coming to 9 to go, Chris, she's just got to click off these final few. She's looking at win number 1 this season. But Lucas Nilge's applying pressure to that 81 of Josh Susie.
Move to the inside. He's going to have to get out of it.
Susie gave him a lot of respect there moving up the track.
Yeah, 81 could have really pinched that 3 down. But like you said, the 81 moving up, letting that 3 not wash up into him. See there, the 95 of Dakota Coon going another lap down. But here with 3 seconds between her and Josh Susie, this is pretty much just a do what you're doing and hope that it stays green. Have to see if that 3 of Lucas Nilge's. I know this is probably one of the most frustrating times in that 3's camp right now. You just caught the 81 super, super quick, but you just can't get around him. And you're trying everything. I see him go into the inside. I see him taking the high lane. He is trying to throw everything and the kitchen sink at him, trying to get around this 81, but just cannot make it.
We're on lap 194, right?
7 to go.
So why does iRacing say, or why does my live timing say we're only on lap 193?
We are on lap 93. It's 7 to go.
No, we're not. We're on lap 195 this time by. I'm looking at it on the iRacing ticker. We're on lap 195 now. 6 to go. Oh, I forget it shows it in live timing. Yeah, you're right. My fault. Okay, back to it. Lucas Nilge's all over the back bumper of that 81 of Josh Susie, man. He is giving him a push, letting him know, I am passing you, and this time I'm going to pass you. You better not get in my way, Buster.
He might tighten up. No,
he's going to get a big drive here. They're going to be too wide to the tri-oval, Chris.
81 might have gotten into the wall a little bit.
Not going to be enough
for Lucas Nilge's.
I thought the 3 had just enough to be right there on the inside of the quarter panel, but no, he's not.
This time by. Four-second gap between her and that 81 of Josh Susie. This is a very spirited run from that 11 of Caitlin Height. We're going to watch this battle here for this second position. I'm going to watch the ticker. If anything happens with that 11 machine, we will let you know. But right now, looks like Josh Susie has won that battle between Lucas Nilge's. But does Lucas Nilge's has anything to say? It looks like Michael Zuver did get passed by Joshua Gaiman just now for that 4th position. So all of that battle in the 96 did finally just got passed.
$198, Chris. I don't know, man. I just don't think Lucas Nilge's has anything left for that 81 of Josh Susie.
He's catching him, though.
You know, Chris, catching is one thing. Passing, completely different.
It's completely different. I know, but let's see if that 3 uses the power of the 3.
You know, right?
All you got to do is give a little bit of a bump. 2 to go.
Caitlin Height just has to make it around the track 1.5 more times, Chris. Is down the back straightaway. She brings that number 11 machine into turn 3 and through turn 4 on corner exit. Fred the flagman waving the white flag as you see the 3. But Caitlin Height will take the stripe. White flag, this race is official. Next flag ends it. And we will see if Caitlin Heights can keep holding on up there, and if Josh Susie can hold on to this second place, Chris, because the battle might have been won earlier, but will the war be won by Josh Susie? The 3, he is all over the back bumper. This 81, the 81, a little bit loose on quarter exit. That's going to allow the 3 to get a good run down the back straightaway. Possibly no, it's going to stall out. I don't think the 3's got it, Chris, but coming through the tri-oval, shaking the car, the 11, Caitlin Height, with her first race victory this season. And the 81 of Josh Susie going to pick up second to Lucas Nilge's third. Hell of a run from these drivers tonight, Chris. And I got to say, for 200 laps at Charlotte, man, a mini Coke 600. What a hell of a race from our drivers tonight to keep this thing pretty much green the whole way and allow these drivers to get good green flag runs. But enough with the congratulations to everybody. We got to say congratulations to Caitlin Height, Chris. The 11 Lady Liberty Motorsports gonna finally do it and bring home her first race win this season. It was only a matter of time, and she's gonna do it in an outstanding fashion here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Chris, a track that everyone loves to win at.
You are right, but that 11 burning it down.
And she is going to take the number 11 Chevy Camaro, the Michael Schumacher F2004 throwback livery, whatever you want to call it, man. Hell of a race from that 11 of Caitlin Height. A really good burnout there as she is going to bring the night to an end, Chris. You got to say, an outstanding race from everyone here as she's going to take home that race win. As you see our post-race results, Josh Susie in second, Lucas Nilge's third. Good run from Joshua Gaiman, even with the blinking from 27th to 4th. In that 33 machine, we saw Jeremy Zarfos with spirited run from 10th to 5th. You got Michael Zuger, who all night, Chris, looked very solid. Just there at the end, was not able to bring it all together. He was running in that third position pretty much all night. We were thinking it was going to be a podium from the 96, but still a very solid run from him picking up P6. We'll see William Hobart in 7th with Ken Baum Jr. in 8th. Kevin Click going to finish 9th here with Charles Gehrig, another driver who had very, very early success, but just fell off there at the end. He's going to finish in 10th. Andrew May, another one of those drivers, in 11th with Justin Gibbs from that 26th starting position. He's going to finish 12th here tonight. Great job from him. You'll see Stephen Oberstadt, in that 13th position. Daniel Holdcroft, I'm going to say their full names here, in that 14th position. Jimmy Barr in 15th. Shane Weldon going to finish 16th with Jada Bingaman in 17th. Dakota Kuhn in 18th with Chris Lynn 19th. Matthew Fitz in 20th with Chad Engel finishing 21st. Kevin Gibney going to finish 22nd. Nick Cannon 23rd. Robbie Bice 24th. Stan Mayberry 25th. Kyle McCarthy going to finish 26th with Bill Hells 27th. Tyler Rush 28th. 29th going to go to Kip Easley, and Ryan Broderick, who was our first driver to go tonight due to connection issues. He will finish in that 30th position, but don't sell Ryan Broderick short, Chris. That Posse Racing machine was looking very fast there early, just had the unfortunate incident. And Ryan Sword did park and start. He never turned a lap, but he did connect and retire, possibly 4 points. But it does seem like we have all 3 of our race winners in the booth, Chris. We're going to go ahead and bring up Caitlin Height and have a word with her. Caitlin Height, Chris, and Josh in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got ya.
Man, Caitlin, what a freaking race from the 11 machine tonight. You took that 11 Chevy Camaro from pole position here tonight, and it seemed early, like Josh had a little bit of the early run. He was up there moving around, and then there in this final run, we saw you go with what seemed like a little bit of an undercut there, maybe preparing for that late caution. You got the late caution, and then on the restart, it just seemed like ever since that Susie machine was getting loose, you guys were able to just take advantage of that, get a good solid 3-second gap, but can't take any away from you guys. A great race here tonight, nevertheless, with the passing, everything that went on tonight. Just got to say congratulations, Caitlin. How does it feel coming home tonight with that first race victory of the season here in Full Throttle?
Oh, I absolutely love this track. I've always sort of meshed with it, so to actually win here is always really, really fun for me. But yeah, Susie and I were almost like dead even for most of the run. He had the edge on I don't know, like lap 40 onwards, he would just start to pull on me on those long runs, but just just being able to finish this one out, and I was shocked that I was able to drive away and actually build up a gap. I was fully expecting once I got to 2 seconds ahead of him, and it was still like, I don't know, 20 laps to go. I was thinking, okay, he's going to start really hammering down. I'll lose the lead inside 10 laps to go, and it'll be second again. But I kept watching the times increase, and I was shocked. So, like, like I said, the final like 20 laps or so, I'm just thinking, like, okay, need to get to 10 to go, need to get to 5 to go. I didn't want to caution, but it feels great to finish it out.
Oh, for sure, Caitlin. And definitely don't need to sell yourself short there thinking that Susie was going to catch you, because it just proves that you had to be on your P's and Q's tonight to beat that 11 machine. He had the little bit of the looseness, wasn't able to keep up there towards the end. And like you said, the 11 brings it home. I got to say, I think it was a great run from you tonight. And hell, I'm excited to see what the 11 camp's got going for it. I know 2 weeks ago when you finished in the podium, you were saying it was starting to feel better. You were starting to get the momentum going. And hell, here we are back into a regular season race. The 11's picking up the first race victory here tonight. Got to think for the rest of the season, this is going to make that Lady Liberty Motorsports team explode here with your teammate going from 27th. I think you guys had a great run here tonight overall as a unit.
Oh yeah, it was a really good effort from everybody on the team. We tried throwing a few things together during practice, and it really all came together. I was surprised that we had both short, medium, and long run pace. There were a few guys that seemed to be a little bit faster, but we just had enough of an edge to really hold them off and just, keep building gaps all night.
You built the gap all night, and now you're going to build yourself a little bit more of a gap from the rest of the people in the standings with your first race win here this season. Caitlin, again, congratulations on the race win tonight. A hell of a run here, and it was fun to watch up here from the booth, that's for sure. And if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything before we let you get out of there, you're more than welcome to throw them out there, and we'll let the 11 machine get on out of here and celebrate that first race victory of the season.
Yeah, big shout out to the Nitro Setup Shop. Really gave us something good to work on, and Susie for his adjustments that he made and just sort of passing that information along. Lady Liberty Motorsports for bringing me in, everyone here in the admin positions, putting putting on the show each week and putting up with our antics throughout the week. You guys for broadcasting and the fans watching. Special shout out to Ray and Sip right now.
Well, heck yeah, Caitlin, again, it's been a pleasure to have you up here in the booth. Congratulations one more time on that race victory here tonight. Enjoy the rest of your week. Hopefully you'll have a great weekend, and maybe we'll be seeing that 11 machine podium back up here on the winner circle, excuse me, here next week.
All right, thanks guys.
Thank you. Have a good night. And that was Caitlin Height. Going to go ahead and bring up our second interview of the night. Someone who is not shy to this booth, Chris. Josh Susie. Josh Susie, Chris, and Josh up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Man, the 81 machine started off the night here in that P2 position, and it seemed like you guys were pretty much just glued to that first and second position all night. And then there at the end, Josh, it seemed like a little bit of hiccup there as we saw some looseness throughout the night for you every now and then. But seemingly in that last run, it just seemed like you guys were having so much looseness come out of the car. Was it possibly trying to just overdrive the car? Maybe you were trying to, gain some time back there, whatever it may be. Take us through those final runs of the night and what made the car there at the end change up on you a little bit.
I'm still not sure. Typically, Charlotte, the more rubber gets laid down, the tighter it gets. And I don't know if it's because the weather was static, so it wasn't progressing and cooling off at all. It actually picked up a degree during the course of the race. But second run on, it was maybe about 15 laps into the run. There was a weird transition in the set. And I think half of it was having Caitlin stuffed up my ass the whole time, just constantly packing air. Um, it just kind of burned the car a little looser than it had been, especially during the first run. And yeah, so that third run we were good, and I'd found something I was going to use late in the run, and 3 and 4. and I checked out from Caitlin, and then we had that yellow. I was able to get the lead back, and it was just kind of a replay of run 2 where just constantly having that air packed on me. It just went over those bumps, and just did a little snap, and I had to chase it out of 4. I was either fence my teammate in the car or kind of let it go a little to the left and put it through the AstroTurf, and we were able to do that. And yeah, then I got caught up having to race Uber to get back by for second, which, it's the end of the race. I don't blame him, but it just heated up the right front, and I had to run harder to try to get back to Caitlin. And yeah, just the right front was not happy after that, and that's why you saw some snap loose on exit, and just trying everything I could. And then I saw Lucas coming, running faster than both of us, and it was just like, well, team defense time. Do everything I can to, if I can't hold them off, to make them lose enough time not to be able to get to Caitlin. But yeah, that was just. I feel a little bit like William Byron from the actual 600. Dominate the whole race and then just kind of go bad at the end.
Yeah, and you kind of say it right there too. That does kind of seem like what happened there, man. But Josh, you got to say it was a good battle there still between you and Lucas at the end, and all night you put on a great show with just having a very dominant car week in and week out. It's fun to watch you guys race in the Nitro Camp and you and the 81 machine. But man, if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything before we let you get out of here, we're more than welcome to get them out, and we'll let you get on your way and get ready for next week, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know the deal. First and foremost, as always, Nitro setups. Bad fast piece. I put a little Susie magic in them as I normally do. I found a few things to help the car with some takeoff speed and some rotation. And I think everyone on the team was running version 1 of that. And I made another tweak that a lot of people didn't like. It was a little too loose for them. I ended up running that one. So maybe I should have run version 1. But, I'm happy to be able to help that a little bit, that extra 2% on the set. And we showed out again as usual. Big shout out to Nitro. Huge shout out to Caitlin getting that first win. You could easily argue she should have maybe 3 or 4 this year already. So finally getting it to come all together, get that win, lock into the playoffs, all that good happy stuff. Congratulations. Good job on the team. I know, when you have a big team, some people usually have some bad luck. So that happened again, but great job to the league as a whole for the most part. We had a lot of green running. They'd love to see it. And thank you guys as always putting on a great broadcast, and love to hear what you all had to say about tonight's race, and hopefully we get to talk to you again next week.
Heck yeah, man! It was a very exciting race. We had a lot of fun watching it, and thank you for the words again, Josh. If hopefully we'll be seeing you again next week, like you said, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, man. And hey, again, congratulations on the podium finisher tonight.
All right, thank you, boys.
Thank you, man. Have a good night. And that was Josh. You're going to go ahead and bring up our final interview. Chuck LeChair, Lucas Nilges. Lucas Nilges, thank you for the wait, man. But Chris and Josh up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, yes.
Man, Lucas, got to say, the Team Sparkle Unicorn guys have been moving these past couple weeks, and yourself right there with that late run success here tonight. You go from the 9th place starting position, and you're going to finish in that 3rd place here tonight. We've seen, like we said, the Sparkle Unicorn drivers here week in and week out. You guys have been finding more and more race Zuver, and hey, you come home tonight with a P3 finish. Take us through some of the run here tonight, Lucas, what you were feeling in the car, and then that late race run there with Josh Susie. That seemed like a pretty fun battle from you two guys, and yeah, how does it feel coming home 3rd place here tonight in a very competitive Charlotte?
Hey, well, for starters, it feels great. For second, y'all still got me on the wrong team. I'm Prestige Worldwide. You keep putting me as a unicorn.
God, Chris!
I pointed out to Nick and Will last week. I'm like, they still don't realize I'm your teammate.
Oh, we suck, dude. We suck.
It's all good. I was laughing as soon as you said it.
I know, dude.
We're still like pseudo teammates, so like we're still all friends and we still race together and everything. So I mean, technically in a way, still a unicorn. But no, it was a fun race. It had a few transitions throughout, a couple of stints where Nick told me he remembered how many laps into the stint it was. It was like 15 or so. For some reason, the car just wanted to get real snappy loose, so it would bite me in the butt for a handful of laps, and then eventually grip came back. I was able to start reeling off some lap times, and I knew had a long run, but then unfortunately team owner of Prestige Worldwide, Nick Cannon, brought out a yellow, Huh. Couldn't imagine doing that, but nah, we gave him a little crap. But I don't know if I would have still been able to run down the leaders at the time, because I think it was still Caitlin at the time, or maybe Susie had the lead when that caution came out. But that final stint had me worried because everybody from the drop of the green just wanted to go, and I'm like, I can't bleed track position, because then that's just more work later on. Then I went flying forward, and once I got to Susie, I'm like, it kind of hit a wall where I couldn't reel him in, but then I finally got to him. I was like, I gotta get by him. I mean, P2 at that time, that was as high as I could go, and I just could not develop any sort of run. If I went high, it was too tight to build up any speed, and couldn't get any air pushed up on his rear end to get him loose out of any corner. So unfortunately, it's just riding his line and just bring it home P3 and having those solid finish, and hopefully move up in the points, even though it doesn't really matter since I'm locked in.
Hey, well, you've done a great job here tonight, Lucas. Way better than me and my team knowledge here. So, gotta say, dude,
It's
it was
all
one of
good, man. It's all good.
I gotta say though, it was one of those things. It was very, very fun to watch you guys. And we know the three has had your moments this season where, I mean, pretty much your whole team has had seasons or moments this season where it's just probably wouldn't have been forgettable. So it's like gotta say, to see the three machine have a really good run here tonight. So it's a good sight, and it's exciting. Hopefully to bring some more momentum into you guys. And hey, if you got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, Lucas, before we let you go, you're more than welcome to get them out, and we'll let you get out of here. And hey, hopefully we'll get your team name fixed next week.
well, well,
Yeah,
first
good
want to
job,
give
good
you guys
job.
a shout out for always doing the broadcast. Take time out of your Wednesday nights for this, to do this for us, and all the people that watch. Shout out to my boys. They watched tonight. I don't know why I waited till now to shoot them the link to the stream, but they watched tonight. Got a shout out to my boys Nick Cannon and Will Brown. Fortunately, Will wasn't here with us tonight, but Nick's always there, even if he's able to finish a race with us, or unfortunately having a Ryan Blaney night where he gets wrecked out, or whatever the reason is. He's always there, like, hey, be calm. You know you're good. You know what you got. So it's always good to have somebody that's like reminding me, just like, relax. So shout out to him and Will. Shout out to Zuber and Sword, even though Sword couldn't run with us. And shout out to the other TSUR boys that run with us from time to time. And just want to thank you guys again for putting on the broadcast, because I know you guys got to take time out of your evenings, whether you're cool with it or not. You do it. It's awesome. You put on a great broadcast every single time. So it's always fun to go back and watch those.
Thank you, man. We enjoyed doing it. But hey, Lucas, again, we really appreciate you here tonight, man. We appreciate you having a few words with us. And like we said, it's going to be exciting to see the rest of you guys go into next week, see the momentum that y'all have all built. But hey, again, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for
I gotta
having
go. I gotta go pull off the repeat. Threes are thirsty, boys. Threes are thirsty.
There you go. There you go. Well, again, Lucas, we're excited to see you guys next week at Nashville, and we're excited to see everybody go into there. And hey, enjoy the rest of your night, man. And again, congratulations on the great run here.
Thanks, man. You guys have a good night as well.
Thank you. You as well. Thank you for the words as well. And that was Lucas Nilges. Chris, man, gotta say, what a hell of a night. Besides me getting team name wrong every week, I gotta say it was one hell of a night. We saw great racing. We saw Caitlin Height's first race victory. We saw just really good racing throughout the field all night. We had a couple of moments. Everybody has hiccups. It's 30 cars on the field. Internet, whatever you want to call it, everything can happen. And other than that, dude, I gotta say this was a really fun race. It was very competitive there between Caitlin and Josh. Very competitive, pretty much to the whole mid pack. I mean, we were just seeing all sorts of drivers coming through the field, Chris. Kind of like what I was saying earlier. Maybe not as much lead changes as I thought we were gonna have, but definitely a lot of position changes. And overall, just a great night here at Charlotte. And really excited now to go next week to Nashville. We're going to the Super Speedway, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, I would assume we're not going. Yeah, no, never mind. I'm thinking of way another league that we used to race the fairgrounds. But yeah, we would definitely be going there.
Yeah, no, like you said, Josh, this has been a really good night tonight. You know, that's why I love Charlotte. Charlotte's one of those tracks that, you know, yeah, it's a mile and a half, but at the same time, this is one of those tracks that the way you have to enter these corners, if you enter them wrong, you have to, you know, you have to fight with the car, like you said with Susie all night. You just hit the corners wrong, and the next thing you know is that right rear is starting to come out from under you. So it's one of those, you know, it's one of those things that this is it's a hard track to drive, so, but it's also a lot of fun to drive. If you can learn how to just manipulate the corners, oh, it is so much fun to drive this track. But yeah, big shout out to Caitlin for taking home the race win. Like like you were saying, she's been saying that she's had a good feeling that's been going on. So it's good to finally see her come home with the race win. Good job, good job there to Josh Susie. We saw him having a little bit of issues, but hey, that's just something that comes with racing. You start trying to dig hard and mess up, and then Lucas, thank you again for the words, but yeah, man, good race there from all these guys. That's one of those things that I love to come back. When we get a week off or whatever, it's good to come back and watch it again because it just makes you realize how awesome and how fun it is. But big shout out to Robbie. Big shout out to Matthew. Everybody out there in the admin world. Like I said, there's so many people that do the stuff for this league that it would take me too long to go into. But big shout out to all of them. For everybody that sits on the YouTube and watches us just yell at the computer screen all night, we really appreciate you. Couldn't do that without you. Like Lucas said, he says he appreciates us. Well, we appreciate y'all. We couldn't do this without y'all. It's a lot of fun to sit down here every night and do this. So can't wait to see what happens here next week going into Nashville.
Exactly what I would say, Chris, myself. It's going to be a very, very exciting going into Nashville next week. Again, congratulations to all of our podium sitters here tonight, our whole field for having just an overall good race here tonight. And again, thank you to our Full Throttle faithful out there on the YouTube. Next week, I promise I won't get a team wrong. If I do, well, then I'm sorry. I lied to you. I'm pretty good at doing that sometimes. But other than that, this has been an awesome, awesome night here. Like you said, one more time, Chris from Charlotte. We will be seeing you guys next Wednesday at 8 p.m. at Nashville. And hopefully that's going to be just as good of a race. I know it puts on a good show. So definitely going to want to check that one out and not miss it Wednesday at 8 p.m. But one more time, signing off from Virtual Charlotte. This has been Chris and myself, Josh Kiwis, up here in the booth saying thank you so long. And we'll be seeing you next Wednesday here on the Full Throttle YouTube channel.